Hi everybody, I just wanted to show you an alternative to what we had just got done doing in the last video as far as getting durations in, getting relationships in there and so forth. And this is something that you probably wouldn't want to do all the time. It might be just something you can do here and there, but it's just a thought. I wanted to start out, first of all, when we're talking about the durations, when we're putting the durations, and we were doing that by way of, and it was pretty easy as well, just to go over here and plug in a number. So we go here, we can say, okay, five days, right? There it is. Another way you can do it though is you can go onto the Gantt bar itself, go to the end of it where you see the almost like a perpendicular line and arrow there, and when you hold down your mouse on it, it'll show you that particular task, has a particular start date and all that, but it says it's 1 day duration. Now, as I drag it, you'll see how it changes in half-day increments. So you can do that there. You can say, I could take this one here, boom, like that. Take this one over here and do like that. I don't know, maybe it would be, a little bit quicker doing it like this. All right, so that's one way. All right, or that's the one way to do that. Now, the other thing we were talking about was with the actual relations, and we had done that in a number of different ways. As you remember, we either selected the two tasks and hit the link button there, or we went into the predecessor area here. I'll just kind of move that out to see it. That predecessor area, we would plug in the numbers of the predecessor and take care of it that way with the relation. And then the other way would be just to kind of drag from one bar to the other. So we could go like from here and drag it to there, let go, and that would set that up for you. Now another way of doing it would be to take the bar, this guy right here, hold down the mouse and kind of drag it over like this. All right? Now when you drag it, get to about that point there, you let go. It says you've moved the task. What do you want to do? In this case, we want to link them. So let's say I want to link them. Hit OK, and there you go. Pretty easy. If you do it this way now, watch what I'm doing this one here. I'm just going to drag this one and just kind of drop it like right there. All right. Now what happened there, because I was nowhere near, the end of that previous task, it assumed that I have placed that task there, but what it's done, it's created a what we call a constraint. Now we'll be talking about constraints in future videos, all right? But let me just point out what happened here. You point to this guy here over in the information area, and this is the constraint setting, or the indicator, and it says it has a start no earlier than constraint on it of Friday the 15th. So if later on, if that task gets linked to from the previous task, it won't budge because it's kind of nailed in. It's going to start, well, actually it'll move to the right there. But if it were to try to get pulled back to the left by way of a relationship, shortening up here with the durations and pulling it back, it would stay locked in there. We'll be doing more of that in the future, but my point is that you probably don't want to have a constraint like that, all right? And I just want to make you understand that. Now, we'll take care of it in just a second. I want to show you what's going to happen next now. So let's say I take this next bar here, and I drag it out, and I drag it, to the end here like that, let go. Then it also does a constraint, see, because I didn't quite get to the end there. Now, let me just kind of move over here a little bit. So now, let's say I take this one, and I move this one well out to here, see, and I let go on that, and it says, would you like to link them, right? And I say, sure. So I'll hit OK on that, and now it's linked to the previous one now. Now, in this one, I can take it, I can drag a little bit more, let go, and nothing's going to happen. So I'm kind of stuck there because that constraint is in there, see? So to get rid of the constraint, what I can do, well, first of all, I can do is, let's just say that what I want to do now is I want there to be a link between the two of these, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy here and link it to this one here. And there we go. But still, the problem is that if later on I bring down the duration, let's say down to, let's say 1 day, all right, it does that, see, because that thing got nailed in there. So that's a problem. We really don't want that. I mean, maybe you do want to keep it like that, you know, and if that's the case, then there you go, okay? But if you want it to be fluid, where they go back and forth depending on the previous durations and other kind of relationships, then this is not a good thing. So if you want to get rid of the constraint, what we would do is we just do a double click on that, all right? And we go over here to advanced. And what you do is you set the constraint to be as soon as possible. Just remember ASAP, all right? You click onto that, it basically turns off the constraint. So an as soon as possible constraint is pretty much no constraint at all. Hit OK on that, and there we go. And see, now it moves around. So now in this next one here, again, if I go ahead and, oop, let me do that there. Go here, and I link it to there now, watch. See, it pulls over. And that's okay going that way because it has a start note earlier then. So as long as it's not going backwards, you know, before 3:15, then we're going to be okay. Or I'm sorry, yeah, before 3:15. So again, it's probably a good idea to get rid of the constraint on that. So we'll just do a double click on it, and we'll make it ASAP. Hit OK. We're fixed. And then I can still go back to, let's say, the end of this one here, get that little perpendicular, drag it back to, let's say, 2 days. Or take this one over here and drag it back to 2 days. All right? Everything all just kind of pulls back. All right, very good. So I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully this helps. Again, the whole idea of constraints, that's going to be coming up in later videos. That'll actually be video number 1090, okay? So just in case you want to just kind of skip over that one in the meantime. All right, appreciate you watching. Take care.